Okay. Do you miss the perks of a corporate life? Saturday, Sunday off, and you get LTA and
Saturday, Sunday off. These days, I think corporate world, who gets the
Who gets
Sunday
it?
off? The Blackberries, everybody's working long hours, so it's pretty. Nobody has the regular 9 to 6 jobs anymore. So I don't think it's. Frankly, I don't really miss any of that. Though of course, I have to admit, every day for me in the village is a Monday. But I enjoy every moment of it. As for the perks, well, yes, financially, it's I don't make any money out here. It's more of a social service really, but not the social service that doesn't provide you with the kind of fulfillment. It does provide me the fulfillment in the sense that I get to see that I've been able to bring about some difference to the people, to their lives, and that satisfaction for me is more than anything else in the world. So as such, no, honestly, I don't really miss any of it. But of course, if I did have a better financial standing, it would make life easier, not as stressful as it sometimes gets, because I'm constantly worrying about, because I have to commute a lot, I have to travel a lot, just even from the village to the block level, to the district headquarters, or to the state capital, where you need to meet the senior bureaucracy or the ministers. Once in a while, I go to Delhi as well. And that is what makes me realize that given the kind of remuneration that a sarpanch really gets, and given the kind of background that a regular sarpanch really has, it is not practical for them to be able to do that. Because an average size of a family in villages, given that they still follow the joint family concept, an average size of a household would be 8 to 10 people, and they don't have a regular source of income. Then for them to depend on a remuneration, monthly remuneration of 3,000 rupees is really not feasible, and therefore they're not able to commute and chase the officials that you need to chase or stay in touch with. And I think that's why the development that they could see doesn't really come through, because for them it's not feasible. I'm able to do it only and only because of the support that I have from my family, where my parents do take care of my financial needs, and that's why I'm able to do it.
Okay, any tips for MBA graduates who, for whom MBA institutes are still placement agencies? At the end of it, you get a job. So that's what a lot of people do MBA for. So anything that you'd like to tell them about doing different things in life? Any tips that you want to give them, or anything that you would like to say?
Oh yeah, sure. And I'd say it's important, and I think unfortunately in our country we still, greatly follow the concept of peer child, the peer pressure, and you're just doing whatever everybody else is doing. But I think it's important to really listen to your heart and believe in what it is that you believe in, and go ahead and do it, because the satisfaction you get out of that, the joy you get out of it, and also the fact that you give it your 100% and sometimes even more, is where the fun really lies. Because if you're just getting into a job because, say, your friend did something similar, because your parents wanted you to do something like that, while you yourself want to do something different, so you never kind of fit in, because your heart's, you're kind of torn inside. And given the kind of avenues one has, given the kind of options that are available as of now, even in terms of education, I think it's important for children, for youth to be aware of what they really want and go ahead and do it. And as far as rural India is concerned, I'd like to say that as many people, as many of us can come forward to help in whatever capacity, I think we should, because a lot needs to be understood and a lot needs to be known in the first place about the grassroots realities as far as rural India is concerned. The concept of Panchayati Raj, people are not aware of it. They don't know what life in a village really is, and it is, I have to admit, a very humbling experience. But at the same time, there is so much to do. And I think in India, the sad part is I won't say in India, but as individuals, I think often we think that how much of difference can an individual make. But very cliched as it may sound, in Hindi, as they say, "Ye boond boond se ghara bharta hai." And I think the same thing holds true even in terms of even wanting to develop a nation. As individuals and collectively as individuals is where I think we can make a huge difference. Whether somebody is able to contribute 500 rupees or 1000 rupees is not, it's immaterial. It's the fact that you're at least contributing towards it. And it's not just the money, it's also to actually come forward to understand what it is and bring in. There are a lot of innovations, a lot of things that can be done differently. Ever so often when I meet corporates and business houses, when I'm trying to get in touch with them for the CSR funding, especially business houses, I often hear people say, oh, but there's no return on investment out there. But the fact is, there is huge scope. Maybe the return on investment, the ROI may be slow, but it will come through. It's just a question of taking the dip, plunging in, thinking a little differently, and finding solutions out of it. And when we look at, like I say, in the village, yes, there are certain projects which need contribution, which need charity, but by and large, there are a lot of projects which need to be sustainable, and people in villages are willing to pay. It may be a small amount, but they are all out to pay. They are all out to do anything for the sake of development, because they are just about as frustrated as most of us in urban areas, but I'd say even more so, because even for the very basic water, as we know, is life. Even for that, they have to fight. They have to fight in a sense, not with individuals, but they have to fight for that basic right, which unfortunately is also a constitutional right, and yet not given to them. So to make you understand better, if you speak of water and try and think of innovative ways, we want to, if my village project or water conservation comes through, we would like to see water management come into place, where water is supplied to each and every hamlet in the village, which currently doesn't happen. But when I speak of the ROI, we in our Gram Sabha came up with this decision that we will charge for water. And it's not by we, I don't mean the panchayat. The individuals living in the village said we'd be happy to do so, because often, even within villages, there is a little bit of unfairness with their influential few, the different strata of the society, when people are willing to have water meters placed in the respective houses and pay on basis of the consumption of the individual family. Because some people have their own tanks. For those who can afford to, they have it. So what happens is, if there is a pipeline, a supply, then the person who has the tank will leave his tap open. But while the other person, the poorer person, may not have it, and therefore will get deprived of his or her right to that water. So just to play fair is where we came up with this decision. Sad part was that the government, because they had not done it, the department had not done it, they weren't very forthcoming. So we even went to the extent of saying that the individuals will pay for the water meters, you just come and do the supervision and collection. But of course, because they hadn't done it, they didn't want to do it. But that's what I'm saying, the avenues exist. It's just a question of thinking differently and going ahead and doing it. So you don't necessarily have to put your job and think that, maybe she's done it, she has her family support, we don't. But I'm not saying that's really needed. It's just a question of doing things differently, finding a path through, getting the people in the village to work with you. They'll be more than happy to do so, especially where they see this profitability, where they see this development and sustainability. So I think people just need to be able to see that and come forward to do it.
Okay. If you were, you don't want to have.
I'll have it later.
If you were still in the corporate world, where do you think you'd be now?
Definitely senior management.
Okay.
In fact, my job with Airtel, I was heading the corporate sales.
Okay.
I had a great team. Of course, I miss that team a lot. But so that's where I would be.